Buying a fixer-upper can be a goldmine, but it can also be a financial nightmare. Here's the real question. Are you investing in your future or signing up for a money pit? Today, I'm walking you through what to look for, what to avoid, and how to know if a fixer-upper is truly worth it. Let's chat. We are diving into a topic that's becoming more and more popular more than ever. Buying a fixer-upper, is it a good investment or is it a money pit? If high home prices and interest rates are making you feel like home ownership is totally out of reach, I want you to know there's possibly another path, as long as you make the right decision. Buying a home that needs a little TLC could be your smartest move. But here's the thing. There's a big difference between a great investment and a total money pit. So make sure you watch right until the end to find out some of the reasons to walk away from that special deal that will become a money pit. Whether you've inherited a property or you're buying your first home or you're just trying to stretch your dollars a little bit further, this video is going to give you real advice to help you make a smart move without getting in over your head. Let's start with why fixer-uppers are back on the buyer's radar. With interest rates being so high, your monthly mortgage cost is often the biggest roadblock to getting into the real estate market. One way around that, buy a property that is priced low because it needs updates. You can then renovate over time at your pace with your budget, and you can often increase the home's value in the process while you're doing those renovations. This also applies as you've inherited a home. Maybe it's outdated, not a big deal. It might still have good bones and massive potential, especially if it's been well maintained structurally. But fixer-uppers aren't just for first-time home buyers. Investors, flippers, and DIYers can also benefit as long as you go in there with your eyes wide open. Here are a few things that we need to talk about. First thing is the age of the house. This is a huge decision maker. Let's say a home's built before 1974. They often lack modern building codes and they might have lead paint, asbestos, or outdated wiring. Homes from the 60s and 70s, these are usually a bit of a safer bet. It still needs updates, but the structure is often very solid. Anything pre-1940s, you're dealing with a whole different ballgame. Foundations, framing, floor systems that just weren't built to today's modern standards. Are they beautiful? Absolutely. Budget friendly to renovate? Not always. It really depends on the specific house. My rule of thumb is if you're new to DIY or renovations, stick to houses that were built in the late 60s through the early 80s. They're often the best combination of value and renovation potential. Here is where a lot of people get tripped up. The mechanical systems. Your plumbing, your electrical, these systems can usually have a 50-year lifespan approximately. So if you're looking at a house that's built in 1975, those systems might be near the end of their lives, which means that added expense, more cost to get this renovation done. Your HVAC, your furnace, AC, these systems usually last 15 to 20 years. So depending on the age of the home, make sure you look at these systems because it will have an impact on your budget. It doesn't mean that you don't want to buy those houses. It means you need to budget accordingly. Electrical wiring, that can cost $10,000 or more. Same thing with your plumbing and your HVAC. As long as you know these things need to be replaced or they don't need to be replaced, you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. The one tip is don't pay full market value for a home that needs all of these upgrades. Ask your realtor to factor in these systems in the offer. Make sure you look in comparables in the area. If all the other homes are fully renovated, they're asking a specific price. Make sure that if your house that you're looking at needs a lot of renos, a lot of updating, make sure you're not paying that same price. The last thing you want to do is overpay for a property, because then you're starting way behind and you need to get all these things done that will cost you extra money during your renovations. You've probably seen it before, a house with trendy paint, vinyl flooring, shiny fixtures, but what is behind those walls? Nothing's been changed. These cosmetic flips are sometimes done just to sell quickly, and they don't really do all the work that needs to be done to properly renovate it and to flip the house. Just because it looks good on Instagram or on a YouTube video or on pictures, it doesn't mean it's a safe buy. What matters more than aesthetics is the infrastructure. The electrical, has that been updated? The plumbing, is it copper or is it still galvanized? Does the HVAC system work efficiently? Is it outdated? Does it need to be replaced? Is the foundation solid? Are there cracks in there? These are all very important factors that will make a decision of either buying that house or actually walking away from that property. Another factor you want to consider is hiring a good inspector. Here is the big one. Don't use the inspector that the seller or the listing agent might recommend. Nothing against anyone, but you want to make sure you hire an inspector who will look out for your best interest and not the interests of the sellers. Do your own research and hire a truly independent inspector, one who's looking out for you. A good inspector can save you thousands of dollars or steer you away from a disaster. This also applies to any home you want to buy, not just fixer-uppers. Your inspector will have a big impact on your decision to buy that house or walk away from it. When touring fixer-uppers, if that's what you're looking for, here are a few red flags to watch out for. Moisture damage or soft spots around windows, doors, and basements. Moisture is not a good thing. The other thing is sagging roof lines. This could potentially point to foundation issues. Aluminum or knob and tube wiring. This is a big one because you know for a fact this will cost you a lot of money to bring it up to today's standards. Bushes or trees right up against the home. These things can lead to trapping moisture and lead to rot in and around the property. Low ceiling height in basements can also be tricky for resale value and finishing. Remember, outdated is okay, but unsafe is not okay. Let's talk about return on investment, your ROI. My rule of thumb is every dollar you invest should aim to return $4 in increased value. So if you spend $10,000 in updates, aim for a $40,000 value boost in the property itself. If you're spending $10,000 just to get $10,000, it might not be such a good idea. The best reno values come from kitchens. We all see it, we all hear it. The kitchen is the big one. Bathroom is another big one. Your flooring, because this is the first thing that people see when they walk up. Paint and finishes. These are all things that have a big impact when buyers are coming in to see the property because it's the visual that people are seeing. If you're not having to tear down walls or rewire a whole house, you're in a much better position to profit or just build equity for the long run. Now let's talk about walking away from the deal. If these are things that are happening, you really should be walking away. If the house needs everything from top to bottom, from your roof, your HVAC, your insulation, wiring, plumbing, and it has structural issues, that's a money pit, not a fixer-upper. If there's mold, termites, moisture problems, these are all things that you see throughout the entire house, and you're not experienced in a full-scale renovation, you're taking more risk than it's worth. Look for a house that's dated, not decayed or falling apart. Know your limits. This will save lots of time, lots of effort, lots of frustration, and it'll keep you on budget. So if you're considering a fixer-upper, remember a few things. Know the era of the home. You need to know the age of the house. Budget for major systems if you know these things will need to get done. Get a trusted inspector. This is your line of defense to either continue with the deal or walk away from the deal. Also, focus on cosmetic and manageable updates. You want to make sure you don't get in over your head. Also, avoid homes that are too far gone. If you're thinking about jumping into a fixer-upper, let's chat. I can help you run some numbers, avoid the traps, and find a property that fits your goals and also your budget. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video. If you found it helpful, feel free to share it, hit the thumbs up, and drop a comment below if you have any questions about a property you are keeping an eye on. Don't forget to subscribe for more straight talk on real estate. We'll see you in the next video. But in the meantime, if you have any questions about buying a house, flipping a house, or you want to know more information about what to do and what to look for, make sure to give me a quick call, or you can always email me at jeanricher@jeanricher.com. Merci beaucoup et bonne journée.